Hey guys, I'm getting loaded up now, and we should be starting real soon. If you guys are coming on, why don't you guys put something into the comment? Say where you're from. Say, answer the question. There should be a poll somewhere that's asking you your level of e-commerce experience. Why don't you put that in the comments? Say hi. Say something below as I get set up over here. You might have a lot of background noise. I'm gonna try to keep it to where you guys can hear me. But I'm sitting outside of Starbucks, and there's music and people talking and birds, so there might be a little bit of background noise. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Alright, you guys should be able to see my screen now. It's coming up. And before I jump into this case study, I want to tell you about what we have going on here. You can see the logo at the top of the screen. It says Perfect Ecommerce. That is part of a large training that we've put together, teaching what we've called, or what we believe to be the Perfect Ecommerce training course. And from my years of experience in teaching e-commerce, I've helped over 100,000 people in various ways. I've helped over 100 people one-on-one, and really been able to discover what is essential and what works and what doesn't work, and what's needed to have a successful e-commerce business. And we've laid out a few rules. Laid out a few very simple strategies in 3 steps, and that's what Perfect E-commerce is all about. And so I don't want to tell you too much about that right now. I was just trying to give you guys a chance to come on. So again, if you're just coming onto this live webinar or this live stream, why don't you put in the comments where you're from, put your level of e-commerce experience, say something below, just so that I know you guys can hear me. Looks like on my end the audio is up, but nobody's saying anything. So can you guys say something below? Maybe put Perfect E-commerce, or put your city, put your state, put your country, and then I'll keep going. All right. So the title of this live is $1 million in 90 minutes Cyber Monday case study. Sorry. So $1 million in 90 minutes Cyber Monday case study. Let's go ahead and get started on this. So we are about 1 week after Cyber Monday. So this was last week. There was a big commotion going on. I've seen it all over it, especially if you're a marketer. You've probably seen somebody sharing it about this person that opened up this store, and I think within the first hour she did 10,000 orders, which was over $1 million. And in an hour and a half she did some other volume. In 3 hours she ran out of stock, and it was somewhere around $1.3 million. So she did really, really well. And this is a case study about that. What made that campaign work? We went really in depth. There's 15 pages to this case study. There's 15 pages that we're going to go over, and we're going to break down each piece of what she did. And again, there's only 3 big elements that you need to worry about in e-commerce. There's 3 things that I've discovered, and I'm going to tell you guys about those in a minute. So, I've been saying it from the very beginning. Actually, I'll tell you what they are right now. It's people, product, and promotion. So you guys have been following me for a while. You've heard me say that several times in the past, at least. It's one of my most common things that I talk about, either that or keep it simple. And so that you're going to discover today that that's exactly what she did. Is she, one, kept it simple, but 2, she played into, or got the perfect 3P. She got that perfect match. So let's go ahead and jump in and look at this. You guys good? I see you guys commenting now. Looks like there's comments going on. There's people here. Can you guys give me some thumbs up if you want to see how she did $1 million in 90 minutes, and how you guys can too. You guys could copy this. You guys can model this. It's basically a template. It's the same stuff that we've been talking about for a long time, and you guys could take this strategy and you guys could apply it yourself. All right, so go ahead and put one, or put a Perfect Ecom, or put something in the comments if you guys want me to keep going. All right, and then there's a link somewhere on this post as well. If you click the link, there will be, it'll take you to a messenger bot, and you can go ahead and download this PDF that I'm going over, so you guys could have this. All right. All right, so let's jump in. How one brand did over $1 million in sales in only 90 minutes on Cyber Monday, and what you can learn from them so that you too can create a massive e-com success. All right, give me a 1 in the comment if you guys want to be able to create your own massive e-com success. All right, so how did they do that? How did they do that? Well, before we jump into how she actually did that, let's ask the question, what would you do with $1 million? She made $1 million in an hour. I'm sure not all of it was profit, but let's just say that it was, or let's say half of it was profit. What would you do with that money? How much can it impact your life? All right, how much would $1 million change your life? What would you do with that amount of money? Would it improve not just your life, but the lives of your family and your friends also? And what if you not only made it in one day, I'm just going to go ahead and read this, you guys. I'm trying to do a few things at once. Actually, you know what? I just noticed that we had that starting soon screen up. So let me go ahead and hide that so you guys can see the screen. Haven't done lives in a while. I used to do lives all of the time, and I got out of the habit of it. So forgive me if this one isn't perfect. We're gonna get back into the habit of doing these. This beautiful PDF, this beautiful case study, myself and my assistant and my team was able to put together. So we're gonna start doing a lot more stuff like this in the future. And so you know, you guys keep an eye out for that. But again, haven't done a live in a while, so let me jump back into this. Okay. So how would it improve not just your life, but your family and your friends' lives too? What about if you made it only in one day? Impossible, as you say? Well, absolutely possible. We're going to show you not only how they did it, but how you could do that as well. Okay, so here's the brand. The brand is the Cran Case. You guys can look them up. It's thecrancase.com. And here's a little bit more about them. So the Cran Case is a cosmetic brand targeting amateur makeup users and aspiring makeup artists. The CEO and founder, her name is Wazam Supa, or aka Supa Sen, and she had a very large part to play in the Cran success. She's actually the founder. She actually is what made the company succeed. So she's got you can see that she has a Instagram following of 1.3 million followers. Now I don't want you to be discouraged by that. You're like, oh, I might as well just shut this off now. I don't have 1.3 million followers, so I can never do what she did. We're going to talk about why she was able to do that, what worked, and how you could actually apply it. So just keep watching, stay here, and you'll see how it doesn't matter that she had 1.3 million followers. You could do what she did as well. All right. So Supa Sen is the person that we're going to follow, or we're going to talk about. We'll call her Supa from here on out. And here she is. This is the kind of makeup that she does, really bright colors. And in order for the company to have massive success, the Cran Case had, in order for a company to have their success that they had, there are three things that you have to be perfectly aligned. If you can align these three key elements, you can practically guarantee your success. These three key elements are called the 3 Ps. And this is what you guys heard me talk about a lot. I always talk about the 3 Ps, and those are the heart of any e-commerce campaign, any successful e-commerce campaign. You want to have these 3 Ps aligned, and that is the people, the product, and the promotion. The people is who it is that you're going after and who's buying your product. The product is what it is that they're actually buying from you, and the promotion is how are you angling that product towards those people so that they'll actually buy that product. Make sense, you guys? Can you guys put 3P or something in the comments if you've heard me talk about that, or if that makes sense to you? I don't want to go on. I want to make sure that you guys understand that there's only those 3 elements that you need in any winning campaign, and you don't need to worry about anything else. You need to understand just those 3 elements. So just put 3 in the comments so I know that you're following along. And those 3 elements are people, having a people that are going to buy your product, a product, which is a product that you can sell to those people, and then a promotion, which is how you're going to angle your product towards your people so that they actually buy it. Okay. So you guys following along? I see 3 Ps, so I know you guys are following along. Okay, and the Cran Case got them all right. She made them align. Okay, and if you get the 3 Ps right, you can essentially guarantee your success in the e-commerce world. The 3 Ps equal a whole lot of money. All right, those are the only things I've ever talked about from the very beginning of e-commerce. I say that if you get those things right, you can make a lot of money, and Supa got them right. So check out this Instagram post by Supa and keep reading if you want to be able to post a video like this too. So hopefully this plays for us on this live. Let's go ahead and check. It's going to open it up here in Instagram. And let's go ahead and play it. And I see the notifications. I don't know if you guys are catching the audio on the live, but you can see the notifications just going on her phone. They're going and going and going, and she's just sitting here in awe. She's just stuck staring at her phone like, what is happening? Like order after order after order. She had 10,000 orders. It says it's 10:13 a.m. and we already have 10,000 orders. Keep blessing me, Lord. So you can see that she was very appreciative and very happy about the results of her campaign, and you guys can too. All right. So let's jump back over here to this case study. All right. So first of the 3 Ps, there is the people. Okay. The first P stands for people, and the Cran Case nailed this perfectly. Or in particular, let's make sure this is closed. Or in particular, Supa nailed this perfectly. Supa built up a loyal group of people who actually followed her. Supa built a loyal fan base who will buy anything she sells. In the book of 1,000 True Fans, Kevin Kelly states that if you have 1,000 true fans who will buy anything and everything that you sell, you can make a living. as Supa has a lot more than 1,000 true fans, she's definitely living, right? When you say she has 1.3 million fans, and that's why she was able to make $1 million in just 1 hour. Okay, so let's jump in. Let's talk about how she built those people, how she built up the people, and got those people to actually love her, follow her, and want to buy things from her. You see, when you have a loyal and passionate audience, they will actually talk about you and your brand, creating more exposure for you and your company. And it is, as it is pre-framed from other people who they trust, it gets an amazing response because they're simply talking about something they are passionate about. Right, so it's not coming from her anymore. Supa wasn't talking about her products. Her fans were talking about her products, and that was the key. She had fans talking about her products. So check out how loyal her fans are. People are drawing artwork for her. Right, one of her fans sent an artwork drawing that she drew. Other fans are sharing the story and they're inspiring. I mean, she's got her cap locks on for most of this. Right, they're sharing the inspiring story of Supa. Others are talking about her. Super fans actually went live talking about her and her brand. So they're live on Instagram talking about how amazing this woman is and how inspiring she has been to them. Okay, so having a true fan base, that was the key to Supa. That was the key to her success, is she had fans that absolutely loved her. And in the 3 Ps, that's what you need to have. First is a people who are going to know you, who are going to like you, and who are going to trust you. Because if they don't know you, like you, and trust you, they're never going to buy from you. Okay, so you need to build up a positive fan base. And we're going to give you some tips on that in the end. So stay till the end if you want to see how to do that. Okay? Can you guys put people in the audience or product in the audience, or put something, in the comments below. Say something in the comments below if you guys want to keep seeing what worked for Supa. And then in the end, as I said a minute ago, I'm going to show you guys some tips on how you could actually apply this stuff to yourself. So right now we're just discovering what worked for her. And here in a little bit, we're going to discover how this can work for you. Alright guys, so put something in the comments just to let me know that you're following along. Just put product, put people, put Supa. Alright, so the next critical component is, of course, the product. The Crankcase used nostalgia with their products and their branding. They took something that already existed in the mind of their target audience and repurposed it into a completely new product, and I think it's fair to say it worked. So what she did is, if you've looked at the brand already, you already know what she did. She took a familiar brand, which is Crayola crayons, and she built a makeup brand around that. And so you can see the makeup brushes look like pencils. You see the eyelash kit looks like calculators, and we'll see more products later on. How she completely how she took an existing, something that was existing and people were familiar with, and she made something completely new, and really is going to transform a complete industry, an entire industry. Okay, and the products in the entire store in general is branded fantastically. If you go check it out, thecrayonCase.com, you'll see that that is true. Okay, the branding is fun and unique and speaks directly to the niche target audience. If you want to be successful in e-commerce, your product must appeal to your direct target market. If you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. That's a very important rule, you guys. If you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. So you got to figure out who your target audience is. You got to dial in on that target audience, and you need to go after that audience as hard as you possibly can. Alright, so in the case of the crayon case, the branding is extremely trendy and uses a nostalgic emotion, pre-existing connection to create products that instantly resonate with their target audience. However, good-looking products is not always enough. They also need to be high quality. So when you read some comments, you see, I love Supa, so I had to support her. The product is amazing. I can't wait to see how creative I can get. This person said, I love it. It's just what I expected. Very pigmented and full of bold colors. So the product was very high quality. Everybody loved it. Look at the perfect 5-star reviews on here. She had fans that not only loved her, but they loved her product. And so you have to have both of those elements. Those are the first key elements. You need to have people that are going to be willing to buy from you. You need to have a niche people who you have dialed in on and who know you, like you, and trust you. After that, you need to have an amazing product that they trust, that you trust, that you could stand behind it, that you know that will be reliable when it's delivered. Alright guys, so first there's the people and there's the product. The crayon case has hundreds of 5-star reviews. This increases buyer confidence, particularly brand new with brand new customers. In fact, one review even says, "I love Supa, so I had to support her. The product is amazing, and I can't wait to see how creative I can get." Understand what's being said here. I love Supa, so I had to support her. They had to support Supa. That's why they bought. They knew her, liked her, and trust her. So you need to really dial in on your audience. And again, I'm going to give you some feedback or some tips later on how to actually do that later on. But with her support and with who she was, she also needed a great product, and her product was amazing. She delivered on that product. Okay, so when deciding on products, or excuse me, this again reinforces just how important it is to have an audience of people who feel passionately about you and your brand. So when deciding on products for your e-commerce store, make sure that 1, they resonate with your target audience. 2, they are branded in alignment with your niche and audience. 3, they are high quality. So once you have had the people and the product, here lies the key to actually making people take action. And here's the big key. That key is the promotion. The promotion is what ties the people and the product together. Are you guys following along so far? Can you guys keep putting comments or something below? Put 1, put people, put product, put promotion, put something in the comments below. Let me know you guys are following along. You guys could also put questions. There's also a survey around here somewhere on this post. There should be, that asks you your level of e-commerce knowledge. Go ahead and answer that survey. There's also a link here. You guys could download this PDF so that you guys could have access to this PDF and check it out later on. All right, so first I'm telling you about what worked for Supa, and then we're going to break down how you could actually utilize what you learn here and apply it to your own business. All right, so now we're going to talk about promotion. We've talked about people, we've talked about product, and now we're going to talk about how to tie your people to your product, which is through your promotion. All right, guys, so the key to making people take action on your product is to create an absolutely killer promotion that makes people take immediate action. The Crown case ticked all the right boxes when creating their promotions, and these are the boxes you need to tick. 1, simplicity. Your promotions need to be clear, concise, and easy to understand. Confusion is a conversion killer. If you want customers to purchase your products, make sure they know exactly what the offer is. So she had a very clean offer, very clear offer. She didn't have a very confusing store. It's very simple. Only a few products in her store that all aligned with each other. It was very simple. As a matter of fact, you look at the site and it reminds me of 1980s or a 1990s MySpace website. Okay, so it's not like, it doesn't have all the latest, greatest bells and whistles, but it was perfect for her audience and it converted like crazy. All right, so simplicity is number 1. 2, price. These products are priced to sell to the masses. They are not exceptionally expensive, so this removes the price as the barrier for more people, resulting in more sales. Right, so people are able to succeed. People are able to buy more products. They're able to afford more products. I'm constantly teaching people, so succeed is one of our milestones. But in this case, people are buying, they're converting. So more people are able to buy with products that are not super expensive, right? We could totally jack the price up. She could have made her products worth hundreds of dollars and trying to make more money, but it would have totally brought down the amount of sales. And to try to do $1 million in an hour, she would have to really push hard. And so if you want to do that type of volume, you have to have a product priced to sell to the masses. That's extremely important. Okay, so 3, upsells. Most people don't know just how much money they are leaving on the table by not offering upsells. By increasing the amount of the customer spends means the more you can spend to acquire a customer. Increasing your average order value by even 10%, 20%, or even 30% with upsells and bundles will make a massive impact on any company, right? So think about this. Think about if you and your competitor were both selling the same product on the front end. You guys are both getting it for $10 and you're both selling it for $20. That means you both have a $20 margin. That means you and your competitor have to compete against each other on the same playing grounds with those same margins. However, if you add in upsells, if you add in a bunch of back-end stuff, things to get them to spend more, then you might only be making $10 on the front end, but you might be making $20 or $30 on the back end, which means that you could knock out your competitor every single time. Okay, so upsells are very important, and Supa had them. Okay, the Crown case did this fantastically by adding something into a backpack instead of the cart. So you have a cart button right here. This is their add to cart button, but it doesn't say add to cart. It says add to backpack. What this does is psychologically it set people up to add more things to cart. They were adding these things to their cosmetic backpack or to their cosmetic bag. You could actually buy the backpack as well. So you can see the backpack that you're adding to cart, or you're adding it when you're adding your stuff to cart, you're adding it to a backpack, well, you can actually buy that backpack. Okay, so psychologically, they're setting you up to buy that upsell. Okay, you guys have to go through the process yourself to see this in action. You guys go check it out. Go add one of the products to cart, and then you'll see the backpack being presented there. All right, so they've aligned this perfectly. They did everything right as far as the upsells are concerned. Before you attempt to aggressively grow your business, make sure that you have customers who are coming to your store and are spending as much money as possible, and then scale to the moon, right? So many e-commerce people that I've worked with in the past, what they're doing is they're just getting a good campaign and then they're scaling the hell out of that campaign. Okay, we don't do that. We don't just get a good campaign that's making money and then scale the hell out of that campaign. What we do is we actually add in upsells, we add in product lines and other products so that we could get the customer to spend the most amount of money, so that when we drive that traffic, when we start spending more on Facebook or start getting more people through other traffic sources, what ends up happening is they're spending more money than they would have had we not had the upsells. Okay, so before growing your store, you want to make sure that you're getting your customers to spend more, and she did exactly that. Are you guys following along? Sorry, Terry, I can't turn on the music. That's not anything I can control. I'm sitting here at Starbucks. Before you attempt to aggressively grow your business, make sure that your customers who are coming to your store are spending as much money as possible. That's the key takeaway from there. Okay, so make sure that these three key elements, people, product, and promotion, are aligned within your business, and you can almost guarantee your success. All right, you guys. So, however, there are always more things you can do to increase your chances of success. If you look deeper into Superstore, you'll find many more clues to success that you can implement and use these to create your first $1 million today, or your first $1 million day. We have called these $1 million tips, and so I'm going to break those down for you right now. All right, can you guys say something in the comments, maybe $1 million tips, or give me the tips or something in the comments you guys want to see, how you could actually take what we've learned here and put it into actionable steps that we could actually use to have maybe not the immediate result of $1 million an hour, but we could at least start working our way there and get very similar results. Alright, so let me go ahead and jump into this part now. This is the final section of this training, so $1 million tips. If you look into super success, you can see that despite making over $1 million in only 90 minutes, the groundwork was actually laid a lot earlier. In fact, there are four huge clues that you can replicate to achieve massive e-com success. The first is that, one, she had a mentor. Supa had a mentor. One of the quickest ways, if not the quickest way, to ensure your success is to learn from somebody who has already been there and done it. We have all heard of this before, and yet so many people ignore and undervalue this important tip. Okay, one of my favorite sayings comes from Isaac Newton. He says that if I see much further, it's because I stand on the shoulders of giants. Okay, so if you see much further, you stand on the shoulders of giants, and that's the benefit of having a mentor. You can not only see what your mentor sees, but you can see much further because you stand on your mentor's shoulders. Okay, so we've all heard this before, and yet so many people ignore it or undervalue that this is important. Despite the success she had already accomplished, Supa knew she would still benefit from having a mentor. So she had a mentor called the real BB Judy. She was a beauty person. Jessica Dupart is her name, I guess. And Kaleidoscope CEO and marketing expert. So she went and found somebody who was good at what she needed. She partnered with somebody who had the skills that in the area that she wanted to excel in, and made that person her mentor. And so that's the number one way to find success, in my opinion, is so you can figure this stuff out yourself, or you can stand on the shoulders of a giant, stand on the shoulders of your mentor and see what they see, but see much further. And that's what Supa did. She became a student of Jessica, and you need a mentor too. Supa knew the power of learning from someone who had achieved what she was aspiring to do. Okay, so tip number one is to get yourself a mentor. She had a mentor. Alright, so tip number two is success doesn't happen overnight. So yes, Supa did over $1 million in under 2 hours. However, she has been working for a long time behind the scenes. In fact, the Crown Case wasn't Supa's first glimpse into stardom. One of Supa's highlights was her debut on Kitchen Nightmares back in 2011, where she candidly expressed her views to her then employer, celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay. So she was on TV back in 2011. That's where she really started getting popular. She ended up with having her own hashtag from the show. It's called Cooking with Supa. And so she began engaging on Instagram. So she started her journey just creating this random content for her followers. It says Supa created the Soup Kitchen podcast, and she has also been featured on Vibe, BET, Essence, and Fader. Supa has been consistent and has focused on building not only the Crown Case branding, but her own personal branding too. In fact, the Crown case has been open for over a year, but it was Supa's personal branding which has massively helped her company and contributed to its success. Okay, so Supa worked hard. That's what's most important, you guys, and this is super important, because too much we talk about how simple building e-commerce stores are and how simple the strategies are, but so many people think that it's easy or that it's quick overnight, get rich quick type stuff. And granted, you can get rich quick overnight. It can happen. Supa's a good example of $1 million in a day, but it takes consistent work. Okay, so it takes years of effort. In Supa's case, you could save some time by getting a mentor like she did, but even then, it took years and hard work and persistence. Okay, so tip number 1 is get a mentor. Tip number 2 is success doesn't happen overnight. Tip number 3 that we can learn from Supa is the product content is to produce content for your audience. Okay, she has over 20,000 posts, and that's why she has 1 million followers. Okay, that's why she was able to do over $1 million in revenue in just an hour, is because she has 20,000 posts. She has engaged followers who know her, like her, and trust her. Okay, and that's the way you're going to find success as well. With over 20,000 Instagram posts, Supa is living proof that if you provide content mixed with tremendous value, you will create a huge following that you can monetize. But Supa didn't just post on Instagram. She also had her podcast as well as numerous TV appearances. Supa's warm and fun personality allowed her to not only provide value but also entertain, ensuring she resonated with her audience and created a loyal following. Produce regular, consistent, high quality, and valuable content, and you are on your way to your first $1 million day. And there is one more thing, and this thing is something every single successful person on the planet had to have in order to achieve massive success. And if you lack this, you will fail. If you have this, you will be successful. All right, I'm going to pause right here, you guys. I got 13 pages, or excuse me, I'm on page 13, I have 2 pages left. And before I close this, I want to ask you guys, do you want to know what that one thing is? If you lack this one thing, you will fail. If you have this one thing, you will be successful. Do you guys want to know what that is? Type in yes, type in 1, type in successful, type in perfect ecom, type something in the chat below if you guys want to know what that one thing is. Alright, let's start back at the top. I'm going to work our way down before I get to that one day. Supa built a store that did over $1 million in just 90 minutes on Cyber Monday. And she did that by, building up an audience of people that knew her, liked her, and trust her. Okay, so if you want to do massive with e-commerce, you're going to have to build up a people that know you, like you, and trust you. Alright, and the you can be you as a person or you as a brand, depending on your angle that you take. In this case, it was her as a person. Second thing you need to have is a product. So you need to have a people, but you also have to have a product, or else you'll never monetize your people. Okay, but as soon as you have a people and a product, then you only need one more thing. You need to have a promotion that's going to tie those people with that product and get them to buy. All right, and Supa had all of these right. Okay, there's certain systems and there's certain strategies to doing this right, and if you follow those strategies, if you stand on the shoulders of the giants, and if you have a mentor, you'll more likely get it right sooner than later. Okay, so tip number 1 is to have a mentor. Tip number 2 is that success doesn't happen overnight. It does take work. Okay, you might be able to make $1 million overnight, but that will not make you successful. Success does not happen overnight. If you want to generate large revenue, if you want to build a large following of people that know you, like you, and trust you, if you want to be able to do $1 million in an hour, that's not going to happen overnight. Okay. And tip number 3 is to produce content for your audience. You want to make sure that your audience is seeing you all the time, seeing that they can know you, seeing that they can like you, seeing that they can trust you. Okay, so Supa did this. She had over 20,000 posts on Instagram, and that explains why she had over 1 million followers, and explains why she was able to release her product, and within just a few hours, she sold out with over $1.3 million in revenue. Okay, producing content. And tip number 4, here's the thing that you need to have unless you're going to fail, or you need to have it if you want to succeed, and that is persistence. You need to believe in yourself, you need to trust in yourself, and you need to actually take action on that. That's called persistence. Persistence is pushing through. Persistence is not giving up when everything in you tells you to give up. Persistence is when your family doubts you, when your friends doubt you. Persistence is when the walls go up and when doors close, that you just keep pushing forward. That's what persistence is. So it's not just an action, it is a mindset, and you need to be persistent. Persistence, persistence, persistence. Okay, that's 3 words. Actually, it's 1 word that connects every single successful entrepreneur, and that is that they are persistent. Every single entrepreneur is persistent. They did not give up, and they do not give up. Okay, so the road to your success will be paved with fears, doubts, and hard times, distractions. You name it, it will happen. Supa had a road herself, filled with fears, doubts, worries, and failures, just like every other entrepreneur, but she had her $1 million day. And no one said it would be easy, but everyone said it was worth it. Every entrepreneur who has who has traveled that road to success and has went through the failures, everyone says that it was worth it. And if you want to be successful in e-commerce, and if you want your $1 million day, then persistence is not an option. It's an absolute must. Okay? So you just need one thing. There's one thing. There you have the keys to the Cran case's success, but there's still one thing. One thing that ties all these other things together, and that is action. It's not just normal action, it's massive action. Simply knowing what you do. Actually, I'm going to stop there. Massive action. If you look at her store, if you look at the Cran Case store, you could see that Supa didn't just take halfway action. She didn't just have an ugly Shopify store with a white background and stock images and some cheap dropship product from China. All this shit came from China. I'm pretty damn confident of it. But she took massive action, and she branded her products. She put up a store that was amazing for her audience. It fit her niche, and she took massive action. She didn't just go halfway. Okay, so simply knowing what to do is not enough. You have to take massive action and implement not some, but all of the keys to success that led Supa to having her $1 million day. If you too want your $1 million day. All right, guys, that's the case study. Actually, Supa's 20,000 Instagram posts didn't post themselves. Her podcast didn't record itself. The Cran case didn't build itself. It's a culmination of everything outlined in this case study, brought together by massive action that generated $1 million in only 90 minutes. And if you want to take massive action and have massive success in e-commerce, then click the link below to see how you can work towards your first $1 million. Take massive action. So this presentation was put together by myself and George Lambert, who's my assistant. He's one of my team members. You guys could click this link, download the PDF, click this link right here. It'll take you over to a training course where you guys could learn exactly how I myself and how the people I've helped have been able to generate a lot of money through building e-commerce stores. Been very, very successful at it. All right, so if you guys click this link right now, you will see, as a matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and take you guys over there. You will come to this page, and it is the perfect e-com course. So right now, this course is actually a coaching program. It is, if you click this button right here, you'll come to this page, the cart page, and you'll see two different pricing options. You'll see a one pay at $4,000, and you'll see a two pay at $2,500. Okay, so you could take either one of those options, and it is a coaching program. It's not just a training course. We don't just give you the videos and leave you on your own. We walk you through 12 weeks, 12-step process, and we guarantee the results. You can actually see a 100% full refund money back guarantee right here. That if you do not get results, if you do not make your money back within the course of the program, within the time of the program, you're going to get a full money back refund guarantee, or we have that refund guarantee. Okay, guys, so $4,000 for one payment or two payments of $2,500. This is a coaching program, and it includes a vault full of information, or a wealth of information. Okay, so if you check out the landing page, it's at perfectecomcourse.com. perfectecomcourse.com. You'll see the page, and you can scroll down the page, and you can see a ton of results. There's a video here and a lot of other stuff to look at. Okay, so just scroll down. Something's glitching out right now. It wasn't like that earlier. It must be because I'm live or something. But check out the page and see if it's something you want to do. I think that's it for now. I don't see any questions. I don't see anything in the comments. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Hit me up in Messenger. Hit up George. Hit up one of our team members if you want to know about e-commerce, the perfect e-commerce course, and if it's right for you. All right. Talk to you guys later. Thank you.